All right. Well, you have to start with Apple. Since the start of the year, the stock has been down, actually, something like 1%. A lot of criticism of the company for not embracing artificial intelligence to the extent that investors think they should. Apple delivering pretty strong revenue forecast for the third quarter. It warned that memory chip costs also, that's going to increase. Shortages of Mac computers going to persist for several months. Still, those shares, they were higher. The company said sales are going to rise 14 to 17% in the period. The outlook does look pretty good. It bodes pretty well for the incoming CEO who's going to take over for Tim Cook on September 1st. John Ternus. Ternus appeared briefly on the conference call saying he would maintain Cook's thoughtfulness, deliberateness, and discipline as CEO of Apple when he does take over.
Yeah, one more quarter with Tim Cook as That's overseeing right now. One more earnings call with Tim Cook is really how. And then, of course, that their developers conference in June going to be the next big thing we're all looking at. Estee Lauder, more news coming out of the fragrance giant.
Yeah, cutting as many as 3,000 more jobs. Are going to generate a further $200 million of savings to help boost their turnaround plans. So investors like it, even though it's bad news, at least for the employees. The owner of Ordinary Brands, among others, said this morning as many as 10,000 roles will now go, up from the previous target of 7,000 announced a year ago. I looked it up on the Bloomberg. Estee Lauder actually has a global workforce of 57,000 people. So they're trying to overhaul the conglomerate. They've had 3 years of annual sales drops there. And with the latest cuts, we're going to have as much as $1.2 billion in savings before taxes to invest in, I guess, revamp the company. Sales, in particular in the U.S., they've been flat. Estee Lauder struggled on home turf because tough competition from all the other cosmetics startups.
And they didn't really mention the Puig.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
acquisition.
Part of the going forward, the acquisition and the plans to turn this puppy around.